dunce cap. Say me, I tend to keep the reefer where my lungs at. And if it ain't the family, catch a contact. Whack energy contagious. We don't want that. Stand from that. Look.
This is, I know you as Hoodie Hood from the Hood because I met him on Instagram. But what's your real name?
My real name is my real name.
No, see, he answers like that. He answers very vague.
The people who know, they know.
What's your GN? I need to know your GN. At least the first G.
And let me tell you something.
Is it?
I didn't even know I was coming to do a podcast. I thought I was coming to wash my clothes in her fancy little washer and dryer.
No, now next time he's going to bring his clothes because he knows that we're fancy washer and dryer.
I'll be back next week.
He's like, let's do a podcast together. And you bring all your clothes over.
You're going to hear it in the background. She know how to cut it out.
Yeah, Riverside Ave, I just learned that. That's the way to go. But yeah, I don't know your GN. At least your first name. You gotta give me that much.
They know me.
I don't know you. You're in my home.
Well, you
Respect
said,
on my name.
You were supposed to ask me that before I even walked in.
Hi, what's your name? I'm not gonna call you Hoodie.
My name is Hoodie from the Hood. Your friend from that big old win. Yeah, how y'all doing?
What's your government?
How you doing?
I'm not gonna talk to you until you tell me your name.
You're late.
My name is Anissa.
You was late.
I'm gonna just say right now, we had a meeting at 1, and I had to do some shit, so I'm like, don't trip. I gotta do some shit, right? He came at 2:30, talking about I gotta leave at 4. And he doesn't want to give me his government name.
That means we can have a part 2 to this.
I don't want a fucking part 2 because I need to know your name first.
You don't want to have me on the podcast twice?
I want to have a new podcast like unlimited amount of time.
That's what I'm saying. So we come back next. I'll be early next time. How about that?
Part 2. We're gonna find out what his name is.
Facts. Part 2.
Someone's super mysterious. Anyways, moving right along. Yeah, Hoodie from the Hood. I don't know his real name is here today. Lee. I'm just gonna call him Hazel because your eyes are like Hazel. Are yours Hazel?
Yeah.
Are you like full? Are you mixed or something?
I'm full.
Nah.
Yes, I am.
Nah.
Yes, I am.
I need to take a 23andMe, bro. Those eyes are freaking crazy. You're like part cat or something. Part pussy. Oh shit, Hoodie from the pussy.
Never. Black man. That's it.
Hoodie rated from the pussy.
I don't claim nothing else. Black man.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think that you should give me your GN only because I deserve it.
Next question.
Oh my god. Okay, so I like the way you podcast. I think that you're very to the point. You don't fuck around. I feel like you say shit and you're not gonna take it back. Like you're very real with it, and I think that's kind of where I am too. Like I feel like if you're gonna have a podcast, you gotta be ready to take the blows that come with it. And you just say, like I've watched a few of your podcast snippets, and it shows, it just shows you like it's like speaking what's on your mind. I feel like that's kind of what we do here at a podcast. I've had a couple people make me take their stuff down. I mean, they felt like they regret what they said, and then I'd have like people that kind of tiptoe around the conversation, thinking of everything before they say it. I mean, like I just need a real raw conversation, so that's why I invited you here today. I need it raw.
Right. That's the only way I give it to him.
So he says that like he works for a shoe company, like a very exclusive shoe company, like sneaker company, and he said that his ex-girlfriend called the company to sue them for defamation of character. We did not say her name. We did not say where she lived. Nothing. We were just using them as hypothetical situations. I think it's because the comments are like making excuses for cheating. Why would you do that? Like I think the comments make him feel a type of way, and I feel like it was a bad look for him and his company for sure. But you should know that going into a podcast that's just kind of what happens. Like you're gonna have comments. You're gonna have people talking shit. No one agrees with everything you want to say.
Yeah, see, that's the thing about social media and the internet in general. Like, you gotta have thick skin. If you don't, people they're gonna troll. They're gonna do what they do, and then you gonna have the people who have legitimate points and legitimate problems with what you're saying that you have to combat. I've just now gotten to the point recently, or maybe within the past 6 months to a year, where I don't even care what the comments say. You tuned in to watch my content. You can feel how you feel. I probably didn't even see your comment. Like, I don't care.
Yeah, we'll move right along. You know, you'll see that and you're like, cool. Like, honestly, I just feel like I've come to a point in my life where, like, if you don't pay my bills, then your opinion doesn't matter. Do you know what I mean? If you're not keeping me in this house, then your opinion doesn't matter. Like, so anybody who has anything shitty to say about me, say it. 'Cause I don't care. But I feel like that should be a podcaster way of life, because you're gonna get a lot of people that are like, I don't fucking think that this rapper is so and so. You know what I mean? And you can't take that personally, but if you take it too personally, so his whole thing is he has a sneaker podcast. So he talks about sneakers all day. You know what I mean? Like with Jordans and this and that.
Right.
But when you talk about love, you talk about relationships, and you start to get real and tell everyone how you feel, like he wasn't used to that. And his idea of relationships and how girls should be wasn't how everyone else thought. And I was, I'm sitting there too, like this, like, ooh, I don't know. In the podcast, I was like, I don't know if that should be said right now. But again, like, you don't know, you shouldn't be doing podcasts about love and relationships if you're not, you know what I mean, comfortable doing it. Do you know what I mean?
It sounds like he stepped in some shit he didn't intend to step in.
Yeah, and then I was like, well, you need to pay me. I drove to LA for it. I was like, you need to pay me for driving up there. You need to pay me for the editing that I paid for, what was it, $200. And he's like, this is extortion. I was like, no, this is not extortion.
You? Extortion?
I was like,
I mean, you never know, but.
I would never. I just need my money back. I can't get my energy back or my time, so pay me my money, motherfucker. Like, you know what you did. You know what you fucking did. Waste my time. Anyways.
So did you get your money?
He did. Yeah, he did.
That's right.
I was like, $150 for the editing. Don Hefe, what's up? You know, he edits my shit all the fucking time. And then 25 for the cast. I should have been like 100 for cast. I drive a fucking Silver or something. No. I drive a Honda, so I was easy on you. You're lucky. Anyways, I'm not going to talk about love and dating, but you said you weren't dating anybody? Or you were?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Like,
look at the camera.
Define dating.
Look at those eyes.
I'm looking at you
No, but
because
I
I'm
want them
talking
to
to
see
you.
your eyes.
But I don't want to look at them.
I saw those eyes, I was like,
I'm talking to you. Now,
oh, lost your train of thought.
define dating.
Okay. I want to say, like, anything in the room of dating would be like talking to somebody, right? Like, you're like, hey, good morning, person, or like, what are you doing? I miss you. Let's grab dinner. That's dating.
Nah, nobody.
Ooh, if that's you, I'm sorry. I don't even
Nah,
know.
because that sounds too emotional for me. Like,
Oh, wow.
I missed you. Like, let's grab dinner. Like, I don't know. I consider that hanging out.
That's dating. That's dating.
Shit.
So if you are doing that with, I'm sorry, but you're just hanging out. Because
Look,
you're just friends.
Hold on.
No, I can take that
No,
back.
because she's making this sound worse than what it is.
It's all good. You don't have to.
Everybody has their own opinion of what dating is.
What do you think dating is? Fucking? No, because then you would be like,
No,
nah, I'm hella
because
dating.
even still, that don't mean dating. Like, it means we're grown ups who we're doing what grown ups do. Like,
So what's your definition of dating?
to me, when I'm dating somebody, we might not necessarily have a title, but I didn't cut everybody else off because I'm working towards us being something. That's dating to me. If I ain't cut everybody else off, we just
Damn, how many girls are you talking to?
no
Whoa.
comment, no comment,
Whoa.
no comment.
Whoa. I mean,
But I guarantee you, there's not one girl that I'm talking to who can tell you that they're the only one I'm talking to, and I told them that. If you made that up in your own head, that's on you.
I mean, if you're telling her that in bed, but it's the
Man,
same
no,
thing.
fuck that. On 40 Crip. Look, hey, listen.
Oh, that is J.O.
Listen. Hey, shout out to the bro.
J.O.
Hey, listen.
I wanna go to
Hey,
that
don't let
show.
this girl pump you up.
God.
She over there chopping shit. Don't let this girl pump you up.
Oh, what, the 5 girls that you're talking to right now? Or who are you talking to?
5 is crazy.
I mean, let's just be real. You're not ready to be exclusive. So now you're clearing it up for everybody on camera, for me, for my neighbors.
I didn't,
For my
say,
dog.
I didn't say that.
You ain't ready to be exclusive, and it's okay.
I didn't say that.
It's okay.
I just said I'm single right now. I'm chilling.
Are you ready to be exclusive?
I'm single right now.
If the
I'm
right
chilling.
girl comes along, so that means you're not the right girl yet. So just wait.
I didn't say
For the
that.
next
You
person.
could be the right girl. I might not be the right man in the right mind state.
So why haven't you made that girl your girl? Whichever one that you're talking about.
Hey, listen, I got a lot of things that I want to do as far as accomplishing.
Hell yeah,
things,
that's what I'm talking about. That's
a
the good
lot of
answer.
goals and
That's
stuff.
what I'm
And I
that's
just
what
feel
I wanna
like
hear.
that might not be
That's what I want to do.
because we know that women, you guys require a lot of attention.
Not all of us. I'm busy.
You guys,
I'm
okay,
good and busy.
but you guys,
I'm in LA every weekend.
and I don't mean like
I'll
attention
text
as
you.
far as in the physical form. I mean attention just as far as
Well, if you can be posting shit and
What are you
texting,
doing?
replying to podcasters online, then you can be texting those girls.
yeah, like I said, I got other stuff I gotta do right now. I gotta make sure that my infrastructure is firm and straight and set
No,
in stone.
I agree.
So-
I was talking to this.
But that don't mean that I don't like who I like. That don't mean it's just
But that just means you like what you like. That doesn't mean you like what you like forever.
But it don't mean I don't like what I like forever.
You're not gonna want to. I actually, so I was gonna get to this point. I have this friend who has a manager, and I talked to his manager, and he has a girlfriend, and he posts her, online or whatever, or he'll like put her on his stories, and honestly, that's not good for your brand. The girls, you need that. Even if you do have a girl, you can't tell anybody. Like you need those girls to be
You gotta keep some
right.
stuff.
You see
tucked
there,
in
you
there.
know there, it's fine. I'm just watching and shit. Once he says he has a girlfriend, I'm gonna be like, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
And he probably got one.
And he does, because he posted a Birkin bag on his last story.
That don't mean that's his girl.
But it's not his, and if it's his, I'm pretty fucking sad about it, because that means he's one of those.
No, that don't
Why would
mean.
he post it though? See?
I don't know. You gotta ask him.
Why would I could? I'm sad now. You reminded me of that fucking post. I was like, whose bag is that, Larry? What the fuck?
You asked him? What the fuck?
That's my man.
You probably like, man, don't worry about it.
No, but seriously though, like I feel like that's part of your brand. Even if you had a girlfriend, you can't really. I don't have a this. So you can't really like put it out there.
No, I get it, especially like with R&B singers and rappers and stuff like that. A lot of the times they'll be married and have a whole family, but they'll be talking reckless. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like it's just in their music. They talk like they don't have a significant other, but a lot of them will have somebody, but you just don't know about it because it's not out there like that because it might affect their brand. Because the people listening to you, whether male or female, you might have men who look to this person, let's say like a Future. And I'm not saying Future got a girl or anything like that. I don't even listen
But
to
if
him.
he did, he wouldn't tell you.
Right. There is dudes who look at Future as their inspiration no matter how much of can we cuss on here?
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much of fuckboy energy or fuck shit he says, people look at him as the guy when it comes to that. Then you might have women on the other hand who want to be with him. And they feel like he's just, they got action at him. But if he start posting his girl, then they might be like, okay, I ain't got no action at him, or he not really living by what he's saying. And they might tune out to the music. And then I'm just using him, but there's...
No, that's a good example because I feel like once Big Sean started was dating Gene, I feel like a lot of people kind of dropped off of...
I never heard nobody call her Gene, but keep on.
Is it Janae?
Janae.
Oh, isn't it Gene? Well, we're Filipino. I feel like that's how people say it in the Philippines. Jane Aiko?
They said, yeah, Janae.
Yeah, okay, Janae. But
Maybe her
whatever.
name is Gene and she switched it to
I
Janae.
think she wanted it to be Janae because it's fancier. but it's Jean. Her mom's
She
Filipino.
like, I'm half black, so Janae, not Jean.
She thought that her mom thought that's how you spell Jean, because she's Filipino, first generation Filipino. So anyhow, Janae or Jean, whatever. Big Sean's wife, baby mom, actually not wife, but okay. So I guess like people are saying like he lost his card, you know what I mean? Because he's rapping about his son and his wife and like and staying loyal, and let's be honest, like they don't want to, no one wants to hear that. Like we want to sometimes, but like if it's coming from like a rapper that used to be like, damn, Big Sean, you know, it's like now it's just like okay. It's like a gospel record.
No,
like they're good,
you're right about that.
but we're not gonna buy it.
You're right about that. And I'm gonna give another example because there's somebody in his class. Because you know I'm into the hip hop thing, and somebody in his class who he's had tension with, you could say Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, where he's talking about therapy and cheating on
No one listens to that.
his. They did, but not compared to his other albums.
Right, exactly.
They said this is his least. Some people feel like it's his most important because it was a rapper being vulnerable.
I liked it.
And yeah, I did too.
That's not
But
bad.
I can understand why it's not on repeat or it didn't do 500,000.
No, but shimmy, shimmy, coke. That one's on repeat. That's a good one. Where he's like,
No, I'm talking about Kendrick. You talking about Big Sean?
no, I'm talking about Kendrick. There's a song where he's like, he's lost in drugs, but she's still there for him. Shimmy, no, I'm finding that shit right now.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm talking about.
But look,
But like that one's on repeat for me.
but my point is, Kendrick is a big enough artist to weather the storm of people being 50-50 with his album. Big Sean is not. Big Sean, once people be like, oh, he talking about his son and his family and all that, it didn't
Die
work
Hard.
for him.
With Black.
Oh yeah, Die Hard. You right. Oh yeah.
That
I'm
one
sure.
I played forever. I mean,
But see, that was still like a song that had a message that you still could have played like at a function. You know what I mean? Because it had blast and the beat and the way it sounded. It sounded like summer vibes or some shit like that.
no, it was good. They kept it poppy. I feel like they
Right,
had to have
right,
a poppy
right,
song
right.
there, otherwise it'd be like
But see, that's what
a downer.
that's one thing that Kendrick has mastered. He could make a song that sounds poppy or radio friendly, but he'll still have his conscious message.
And that's why he's on the Super Bowl and not Kanye and not
Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne. Sorry, Lil Wayne is the king of analogies, but that is like
Right.
that's it. I mean, right now Lil Wayne is like he's kind of just not there anymore, and it's okay for us to not be there anymore. He's been in the game for a really long time.
Right.
Just because you're from New Orleans doesn't mean you have to be at that Super Bowl.
Facts. I made a video about that.
I feel like they're ruining it for Kendrick. This is Kendrick's first solo fucking
Right.
Super Bowl, bro. And like once that came out, I was stoked.
But listen,
Everyone was like, no, why?
they're not just ruining it for Kendrick, they're ruining it for hip hop.
Hold on, sorry, that's not this.
Because until Jay-Z stepped in as the head of the director or whatever his position is at the Super Bowl, there was no rap artist that was performing at the Super Bowl.
Jay-Z's going to jail now.
I don't know nothing about that. And we'll get to that. But
So, I don't know Kendrick's maybe playing the
But
Super Bowl anymore.
what I'm saying is, everybody assumes now that Jay-Z, even though since Jay-Z took over, The Weeknd has performed. Wasn't it? Rihanna did a performance. Shakira and J Lo did a performance. Every year is not rap.
Yeah.
They're assuming because
Katy
he's a
Perry.
rapper. They're assuming that every year because he's a rapper that is supposed to be a rapper. No, since Dr. Dre and them did it a few years ago.
Yeah.
Usher did it last year.
Mhm.
It's like, bro, it's not a rapper every year. And then just because you're from that place, it just aligned with Dre and Snoop and all that to be in LA. And then it just so happened that the Rams was in the Super Bowl and won the Super Bowl. But everybody's acting like, oh, it's in this city, so this rapper should perform that. That's not how it
Yeah.
goes. And what has Lil Wayne done recently? Yeah, he's done features and he still can rap. That's in the rap community. But what has he done globally to put that man on that
I
stage?
mean,
And then his last performances have been horrible. We saw him at WrestleMania, whatever the fuck.
oh
year
my
that
god, I
was.
saw that and I was like, that's
Horrible.
why we don't have, like, I don't even know what the fuck was happening. I was like, is he okay? He might not
Exactly.
know.
And then on top of that, what songs do he have that's family friendly?
None. None.
Let's just keep it real. Like, bro, he doesn't compare to the
So
artists.
let my boy Kendrick have this moment.
He don't compare to the artists that Kendrick is.
Let him have this moment. You know, and Kendrick's more of a conscious rapper, like, and we need more of that. I feel like this, and I was saying that in my last podcast, like, we need more of that right now.
We need the balance.
We need kids to be able to relate to a situation in
Right.
hard times, you know what I mean? And, like, if you're rapping about lean and fucking getting bitches, like, that's just making our youth just worse.
That's what I said in my video. What is he gonna
please.
perform? Lick Me Like a Lollipop? He gonna perform that at Super Bowl?
Oh.
He gonna perform I Wish I Could Fuck Every Girl.
Oh no!
What
My
is he
favorite
gonna
song.
perform?
My favorite song is with Drake and Feature, the one I Love You, or
All My Bitches Love Me. He gonna perform that at the Super Bowl?
Weed and Alcohol. What's that song?
Yeah,
I
Good
love that
Fish and
song.
Alcohol.
Oh my god.
What can he perform? What songs do Lil Wayne have that he can perform
I feel
at a
like-
family-friendly PG-13 Super Bowl show?
I feel like when Lil Wayne was a skater, I feel like he had, you know, kind of some.
But you can't tell me.
Let me tell you right now.
And even if you do have some songs, are they
They're
that?
just features. No, they're just features.
But there's another interview that resurfaced a few years ago where he said if he was to get the Super Bowl, he said that he would perform all the songs by himself.
So let's just skip the Kendrick Lamar thing. I think it's fucked up. He needs his fucking. He needs his spotlight. Like, he's obviously earned it. He beat one of the top fucking rappers, not top, the top pop rappers in the world. You know, you put him to shame.
Definitely. He's still suffering that right now.
He is, but at the same time, he's still rich. He still has a
Oh
thousand
yeah,
records.
he's still rich. But I'm saying as far as like, he's released about 15 records since the beef ended. None of them have hit the top 20.
Yeah.
Like, he's feeling miserable. It's bad.
That's when I knew, like, the West Coast, like, music was coming back, is when he dropped that last record.
It ain't even about the West Coast. It's about the hip hop industry being over certain narratives and certain things being pushed.
Well,
So it just took a West Coast artist to do it, but other people felt that way.
Well, what he was saying in the rap, a lot of people didn't get. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, let me break it down to you. And then he told him how he's colonizing a lot of things going in Atlanta. And you know what I mean? Like, no one really took that into consideration. I think a lot of people were just like, oh, this is a cool rap. This is a cool beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like, when you really listen to it, like, he was speaking some truth as to like what he's bringing to the hip hop culture and what he's not. Like, basically.
We ain't never seen a nigga give you a history lesson while he dissing you. That was legendary within itself. That third verse, the whole song. But that third verse,
Let me break it down. Oh,
he just built you up to get to that third verse where he could really cook you. That was like the death blow.
But when that Easy E sample came out, I was like, damn, this is fucking sick. I was so happy. And then he came out with that. I like, what is it? The last one. I can't talk right now.
Not like us.
But not like us, thank you. He, like, I was just like, wow. Like, and everyone's like, oh, it's alright. Or not everyone, but there's a lot of Drake fans out there who are subpar. And they're like, it's alright.
Like I say all the time, you don't have to be a fan of hip hop to be a fan of Drake, but you have to be a fan of hip hop to be a fan of Kendrick. On top of that,
Heard that here first.
you don't have to be. I'm not saying everybody that's a Kendrick Lamar fan is smart, but you definitely smarter than a Drake fan because Kendrick is not going to put out music to where you don't have to think.
Mm-hmm.
You have to think. You have to listen multiple times. Drake, you could just hear it the first time, even though it's in the club and it's cool and it's catchy. We get that. I respect that too.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to an artist like that because, you know.
It's like super surface level. It's like dating a girl who's like super surface into shopping, Louis Vuitton. You know what I mean? She likes fucking watching TV.
Right.
But then you have the girl who's like hella deep and poetic. You know what I mean?
When she
wants
started
to talk
talking to
about
you
life,
about all kind of
about
shit.
growing and being real. And you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I really like you. But you know, and it depends on if you like that girl, then you'll like him. If
Right.
you like that other girl, you're probably gonna be straight. Like, it's kind of it's a lifestyle. You know, Drake is he's a pop artist. I don't consider him a rapper. He's great. He has bars for days, but he's also an actor. You know what I mean?
And he
So
also gets a lot of help, so we don't know if those are his bars. Like, it's so many question marks next to him. I don't understand the comparison.
wait, don't they tell you if he has ghost? Wouldn't it tell you on his record if he has ghostwriters?
Okay, well, here's the problem with that. There is times where he's giving people credit for writing for him, and then there's times where he didn't. Like the whole thing with Quentin Miller and Meek Mill when all that came out, and it was like, all right, he gave him credit on some of them songs on If You're Reading This Is Too Late, Tim Bands, and certain songs that say Quentin Miller. So then the song with Rico that was on Meek Mill's album, it turns out the reference track came out and Quentin Miller wrote it, but they didn't give him credit for it. So it's like, all right, how many other songs do you got like this?
Oh, really? Didn't Quentin Miller?
They didn't give him no credit for that.
Are they still holding that up to this day?
To this day.
What? Okay, so guys, Quentin Miller wrote
Rico.
Just so you guys know.
But see, the thing, I think the whole thing started, I could be wrong. I think the whole thing started because on that song, Drake had said something about the girl of your dreams to me is not a challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, he had a thing for Nicki and Meek was with Nicki at the time. So I guess niggas was pressing like, what he talking about? And somebody was like, hey, he wasn't talking about Meek. He didn't even write that verse. Quentin did. And I think that's how it came out. Because they was pressing, they felt some type of way.
Wait, so did he pay Quentin to do that? I mean, I don't know if you know this or not, but did he pay him to do that?
He paid him. But it's like, it's one thing to give people credit for writing on certain songs and you're like, hey, we worked together on this verse, he helped, I helped. And then a verse comes out of nowhere where you didn't give him up for the credit. And it's a whole reference track. It's like, flag on the play.
Yeah.
You've been doing this.
Yeah.
So, as far as all these bars, and then you can look at drastically how his style has changed from the So Far Gone days until now.
Yeah.
He just keeps
Now he's
evolving. Exactly. All of a
Where'd you
sudden,
come from?
this is the same nigga who got slapped by P. Diddy. Same nigga who got pissed on by T.I.'s homie. Same nigga who been robbed multiple times in Toronto. It's like, he's a straight bitch.
I think he looks like a poser. But aside from all of that, he's still a superstar that we cannot cancel ever. Somehow, some
I'm not
way.
even arguing that.
No, I mean, we cannot like him, right? You cannot like country music and it still be fucking producing millions of hits. That's kind of how it is with Drake. Like, I love the fact that he can create a million songs for the club and be like, that's cool. We can never cancel Drake.
The problem, no, he's definitely canceled.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I mean, he's still Drake at the end of the day. He still has 17 million followers. And he's still Drake.
He's Drake as far as what he was, as far as the name. He's not Drake as far as, I just told you all his songs been flopping. Nobody cares.
Well, he's putting out some shitty ass songs on purpose, maybe.
No, he's putting out songs that he thinks would hit. They would have hit prior to this beat. What you're not understanding is Kendrick has made everybody hear him differently.
Yeah.
So these songs 2 years ago probably would have been a smash. But now that Kendrick exposed them, they don't sound the same. So now they sound like shit to you.
That verse where he's like broccoli, like he's naming all those words, those are songs that he took verses from. Did you know that?
I seen that. I don't know how true that is, but I seen that.
But why would it make sense? You know what I mean? Like that whole verse didn't make sense. But now that they broke it down, I was like, oh, okay, now I think
well, he's an evil genius. That's why he takes longer to put out music because he's really in the studio.
Yeah. He's
trying
my
to
top
cook
grade.
up.
I had a coworker, she's like,
I had him in my top 5. He might be top 1 after all it is. I ain't gonna lie. I'm waiting to see what this next album sound like, and I'm not ready to put him over Pac. He might be tied with Pac after this next album. It's hard though. It's hard for me to put anybody over Pac.
He has to be the GOAT. Tupac is the GOAT. Like that's it. The whole everything he stood for. He was a poet. You know what I mean?
That's why I said I'm not ready to put him over Pac. I don't think I will ever put anybody over Pac for multiple reasons. But
activists.
You might be tied with Pac. You might be neck and neck. But I don't know about putting you past Pac. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Do you think we'll ever have a Pac ever again?
Hell no, because all these new artists ain't really artists. They just.
What you talking about? Ready drop tops.
Exactly. That's exactly why.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's exactly why they can't pass Pac.
We still have the Babe. I have faith. I feel like the Babe puts out some real good music that like people actually.
They put out good music, but I don't know if anybody's topping Paul's Pac.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think he definitely set the bar. And even if he didn't die, you know, people are like, oh, you give him flowers after they die. Even if he didn't die, we'd still be like Pac fans. I feel like he wouldn't have gone off the map. So
Pac was also in an unmatched run. He dropped All Eyes on Me, classic album, double disc. He dropped Machiavelli, classic album, all in '96.
and they were all super relatable.
And then put the movies into that.
Oh,
All the classic movies he got.
Love it.
Juice, Above the Rim, like come
Yeah,
on, man.
no,
Like,
he was
nah,
fucking,
man,
he
nah.
was the shit. And it's funny because like they were saying that P Diddy killed Tupac, and Tupac got arrested on Tupac's birthday. And then I was talking to my friend Roscoe, and Roscoe was like, I was like, look at the universe working for us, right? Like P Diddy getting arrested on Tupac's birthday. He's like, what if that's like the feds, like that was their thing. They're like, we're gonna just arrest him on because they know he killed him. We don't know he killed him, but I mean, it's been a big speculation that he did. So
Yeah,
we don't know.
that shit crazy.
Full circle.
I didn't even
Full
pay
circle.
attention to all the Pac related and him getting arrested until it popped out, and I was just like, I still don't think too much of it. I just think, things
But-
happen.
At the JO interview, he was like, look how they both died. Like, I guess like Biggie was coming out to holler at some girls that were hollering at him, got shot. Same shit with fucking Tupac. It was the same situation. So, I mean, do you think that P Diddy did it?
He innocent as far as I know. He's just a weirdo. I don't know nothing about.
You don't think that he killed him?
Nah, I don't think nobody killed nobody. I don't know what happened. I just think he a weirdo. I think he just a freaky ass nigga. That's it. I don't know.
69 guy.
Yeah, I don't. He a fan. That's all I know. I don't know nothing about nothing else. I was a kid when all that happened, and even if I wasn't a kid, I do not know. He's a freaky nigga. That's why I'm laughing at him. All that baby oil and that lubricant. Off the back, that nigga a freak. Hey, look, shout out to my nigga 4X. Off the back, that nigga a freak though.
No, they're calling Young Miami the prosecutors. They're calling Young Miami the baby oil queen. I think she used to be the one that would like run out to go get it. I don't know.
That
Or
nigga-
maybe she was getting it full ass. Like,
Hey, did you see the interview that came out when he was on was it Jimmy Kimmel? Like back in 2002 when he was talking about his freak off party.
Yep, yep.
It just resurfaced.
It
He
did.
said something about
Want another shot?
nah.
Oh, you
Uh-huh.
gotta leave soon. Anyways, yeah, no, tell me more about that.
Nah, he was saying something about locking the doors to where people couldn't leave and turning the heat up to where he's like the heat affects the alcohol, basically like makes motherfuckers agitated and freaky. He a freaky scientist, and that's crazy.
Well, it's when it's good because there was this commercial that popped up. I guess like Derek Jeter was like, it was the MTV Awards, and it was a commercial during the awards. And Derek Jeter was like, I just got off the Diddy plane, and we partied for 5 days straight. And he's like, I don't know how people do it. And then it went to
He probably nervous as fuck right now.
who's Derek Jeter?
Yeah,
Because yeah, he put that on the commercial. But then no, the other Nicole Richie was the next on the commercial, and she was like, I've been to like 4,000 P Diddy parties, maybe like 3 a week. You know what I mean?
You know she been ran through.
Oh, for sure. And
4,000.
Paris Hilton, like.
Why are you having so many parties?
Okay, I want to. Well, I'm sure he was getting paid for like all of these situations, but so Justin Bieber is the biggest situation for me because we all saw when Justin Bieber was like, he's like, I want to spend 48 hours with you. He's like, I adopted you from Usher, like I'm gonna spend. And Justin Bieber was like 14 or 15. He still had like that emo haircut, you know what I mean? Like, and he was just like, yeah, sure, you know, like he didn't know what was going on. And now today he is like. He has PTSD. I think they ran through him like a fucking train. I was actually talking about this with J.O. There was a part in the club where OBJ was stuck. He was stuck in OBJ's dick, and P Diddy was like, "Hey man, come get up," because the camera came. And then Justin got up and he whacked his mouth, and OBJ's like laughing. And like at first I was like, "Oh, that's fake," but now, come to think of it, that shit is real as fuck.
I don't know nothing
They
about
use that little boy.
But what
now.
I do know is OBJ is very, very suspect and zesty.
He likes to get shit on his chest. Do you like that?
Fuck no.
No, he likes it hot hard. They call it hot hard.
I don't know nothing about that. That's crazy.
Wait, what? I like that.
You like that? You like to get shitted on?
Let's say we're dating for 4 years, and I was like, "Can I shit on your chest?" You would say no.
Fuck no.
No, I was like, "This is gonna keep us together. Like, I feel like you need to like light
I
the
wouldn't
spark."
give a fuck. Ain't nobody shit.
What about you shit on my chest?
No.
Damn. Really? If you love somebody, you would shit on their chest. That's true love.
What you gonna do, rub it in?
Like Vicks. Smell it.
See, you might need to go to a P. Diddy party.
I actually probably would have been like, I don't know if I'd partake, but I'd be like, "Yeah, this is cool. We're just fucking each other. Big orgy."
I'm not even going.
Oh yeah. Oh, and then on that commercial, it was like, I guess it had said something like, he's like, "I'm the best swinger here," or some shit like that.
Who?
Jeter.
Oh yeah.
So I think a lot of.
I get it though, swinger, because you're a baseball player, but yeah, that's gonna come back.
Well, I think that at the time, no one really thought of it as breaking the law.
Right.
They're like, "Oh, he's just providing us with women that want to have sex," but they didn't realize they were drugged up on ecstasy.
But see, what you gotta understand, they don't want to lock all them up. They want to get them to testify against him. That's all they want. So he's gonna go in there. If he gets subpoenaed, he's gonna go in there and say exactly that. "Oh, I just went to a party. Oh yeah, P. Diddy told me to come. He said girls was gonna be there. I didn't know nothing about that." That's gonna help convict that man.
Yeah.
That's all they want. He's the top head of this freaky shit. They don't care about Jeter and J-Lo. Ain't been around a nigga since '99.
Well, I guess she brought that gun into the club, but they shot that person. Okay, this girl Jaguar Wright. I want her before you leave. I need to bring her up real quick. So Jaguar Wright has been just spilling tea on all of like Jay-Z, Beyonce, P. Diddy. She's been saying a lot of shit. No one believed her. Like, I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, she's just trying to get
She was
money."
kind of going viral though. Well, she was going viral.
No, now it's even better because now it's true. So Jay-Z had a mistress at one point, and she was pregnant. Jay-Z and P. Diddy hung out with her the day before she's about to go fucking public with her shit. I mean, I'm sure it was like not as nice as I'm making it sound. I'm sure she's like, "I'm gonna tell everybody." Guess what happens? She dies the next day of an aneurysm. An aneurysm. She's probably like 22 or something like that. So I mean, now Jaguar Wright. I don't have to pull it up because it said Jaguar Wright is telling people basically like Jay-Z killed that woman because she was about to go public with her pregnancy, and guess who his homie is? You know, the biggest monster of all.
I don't know, man. I never heard of that. This is my first time hearing about it.
That's her name's Kathy White, I guess. No, exactly. That's your first time hearing about it because the two biggest fucking moguls in the world have all this money to cover up anything. But it's over. So now Jay-Z's been quiet, Beyonce's been quiet. All these people are quiet for a reason. And a lot of CEOs of like companies are stepping down because, I mean,
yeah, I heard about that.
He had in his mansion. He had video recording set up and all of them. Like,
Yeah, I know they said they got recording and video that hasn't been released yet, but yeah, shit, we'll see. We'll see. It's gonna come out. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, and I don't do too much speculating. But once it come out, I will be making my videos.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
The Illuminati actually I think is a real thing. I think that's definitely something that no one talks about because we don't know for sure, but it's there.
It's some type of power that runs the movie and the entertainment. I don't know if they call it Illuminati. I don't know, but that's just common sense. Industry that's bringing in that much money and that much, obviously, people are gonna want to control it.
Kanye West has been trying to tell us.
And they keep calling that nigga crazy.
He's
I
not
don't think
crazy.
he's crazy.
No, he's not.
At first, I thought he was crazy, and when I say at first, I mean when he first started doing it. This might have been 2017, 18. Well, he's been lashing out over the years, but he's gotten more progressively worse. But I started to be like, he might not be as crazy as y'all think, because he'll go left, and then he'll say some shit. When you really listen, you be like, he making sense.
But do you know why he was talking shit about Jew people? Is because I guess the day that he went to the hospital, then his Jewish trainer was like, oh, you look exhausted, you need to go to the hospital. So his Jewish trainer took him to the hospital, and then he had his doctor come out. His doctor was Jewish, and he was like, oh, you can't do anything anymore. And they put out to the press that Kanye had exhaustion. So he's like, these Jewish people are setting me up. And I think that's kind of where he went with that, like, that Jewish whole thing. And he just didn't know how to come, you know what I mean? Like, he came out wrong. And I feel like he felt like he was being, like,
maybe it didn't
trapped by
come
these.
out wrong. Maybe it came out how it was supposed to.
I don't know, man. Like,
He didn't sugarcoat it.
he didn't. He was sitting there reading his Bible verses. He's like, I don't know what's happening right now. And all of a sudden, he's on some shit. Like, no one knows anything.
That's the first thing they're gonna do. They're gonna paint you to be crazy and try to make people not believe you. Now, if your voice is too loud and your message is starting to hold some weight and people are starting to believe you, then I don't know. You mysteriously end up in jail, or you mysteriously end up.
Michael Jackson.
So.
I never thought Michael Jackson was a threat, FYI. I'm like, that guy, no. And I honestly don't think that I personally honestly don't think he was a pedophile. I don't
think so either. I don't think so either. But when you see the interview that he had around 2002, he was talking about how, whatever that, was it Invincible? That album came out with You Rock My World on it. He was talking about how the labels didn't promote it and how they sabotaged it because he owns half of Sony or whatever the case. It's a whole interview on the internet. You gotta watch that.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was sharp and he knew the music business.
And he had a voice. Like, if people, he said something, people listen. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things.
Now, we're not gonna say Michael Jackson wasn't a weirdo. He definitely was a weirdo.
But that's because he was a child actor. Child actors, child musicians, they always end up being weird.
Yeah, he was definitely strange and off a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think he was doing that weird shit, you know.
I feel like Whitney Houston was a product of that. She had slipped Brandy a letter prior. I don't know. I feel like there's definitely something in Hollywood that kind of just like controls a lot of things and keeps people from saying things. I mean, it's totally weird. But I mean, I gotta let you go. I guess you have somewhere to be at.
Yeah, anytime.
It's 3:55.
Oh
Why? Why would you make plans?
yeah.
You're gonna be with Lisa.
We're gonna run
No.
it back. We're gonna run it back.
No, we're not gonna run it back. I'm so mad at you.
She don't wanna have
Done.
it.
Killed. Blocked.
That's crazy.
Blocked.
That's crazy.
No, I'm so mad. Like, you're leaving me for another girl. You guys are not gonna have a conversation like this. Straight up.
Hey, I don't know what she talking about, but round two,
Sorry
part
about
two,
girl.
part two,
Oceanside.
part two,
She a white girl.
part two, part two,
You like white
part
girls?
two. I like all women, all races.
White girls. Wait, okay, so your last girlfriend was...
Mexican.
Oh, you like Mexican girls?
My baby mom was black.
But you have a baby?
Anyways, I like all women.
Okay, we need to come back to one of your notes real quick. Government name.
Crip.
Things I need to find out. Government name. And your baby. Anyways, alright guys, well I guess we're gonna sign out because my guest sucks. Anyways, it was really, no you don't suck. You're actually really, he's a really good, I love talking to people that have a lot to say and can actually say things that like, don't feel bad about saying them. So that's kind of why I invited him here. But I guess I'm gonna sign off. It's been a really short podcast. I guess I'll talk to you. It's all his fault, you guys. I'll talk to you later. Have a good night. Or I don't know. Is it? I'm really drunk.
Good night.
Is it a good night?
It's a good
You
night.
gotta say bye to the people. His eyes do fucking nice.